from the break again. Off we go with a strike from George Springer. Two-seam fastball, four-seam fastball, change-up, slider. And George Springer having a monster season. He has to pitch the first inning like tonight. They say that all the time against elimination. It's not just another regular season game. You can't approach it the same. You're less room for error for your manager to leave you in the game. You have to pitch each inning like the ninth inning and just hope your team gets on top so that you can create some momentum.
Here comes a 1-1 to Springer, and it's inside ball 2, and it's up and down this lineup. Hot hitters that are feeling confident and look way too comfortable. If I'm a Yankees pitcher looking at these guys, they look like they're in a rocking chair.
Yeah, a little bit more of that inside fastball followed by a changeup away. You're going to see that, but you got to get them off the plate.
Springer launches a fly ball down the left field line. It's hooking. Foul.
And it's not meaning you've got to hit somebody when you can't get them out, but you have to make them uncomfortable, to your point. And when the hitters, top to bottom, are having a field day, that means A, you're not making enough good pitches. B, they're not worried about anything coming in, so they can cover the plate away.
Field day, that's more home runs than strikeouts. Yeah. 2 games straight. It's another 2 strikeouts.
Got him, yes!
Has learned how to manage that intensity. He came out last year against the Royals and spent so much energy in the first couple innings, he ran out of gas. So that you learn from experience, and that experience is going to pay off well if he can get 6 innings or more for Aaron Boone.
32-year-old veteran, the best season he's had with the Yankees is inside of the first pitch to Davis Schneider. His first season was just a disaster by all measures. He was injured for a lot of years, up and down last year, but he won 16 games. And all-star this year. 1 ball and 1 strike on Davis Schneider.
That's the pitch right there. At a 50% clip, which is not great for first pitch strikes, even though it's the second pitch. He's got to get that pitch for strikes. Backdoor slider. And that will go a long way keeping these hitters who are on every pitch, it seems like, at bay. They have to trust that, okay, I can't just, he's going to have the fade change up away, but that backdoor slider is going to be huge.
And that's a arsenal that has changed through the years. Used to be just fastball slider. He's added the changeup. He's added the sinker. Much less predictable. And was when he got to New York. Here's his 1-2.
I was watching some film on this at bat, and Schneider had an epic 14-pitch at bat. Where on 3-2, I think there was a point where he fouled off 7 in a row.
Yeah, these guys have made him work. Numbers against Toronto not very good for him. Backfield breaking pitch just misses. He's made 5 starts against the Blue Jays since coming to the Yankees. He's 1-3 with a 6.66 ERA. David Schneider said before the game, they asked him, what is the plan against Rodon? What are you trying to do? He said, we're trying to make him sweat. Lefty's payoff pitch is taken for ball 4. In this very aggressive lineup, David Schneider is one of the exceptions, one of the top walkers in the American League. He has one for the first baseman.
Well, this is the matchup, right? This is all eyes on Vladimir Guerrero and what he's done here, what he's done against Rodon.
This was Vladimir Guerrero.
10 out of 17 in his career against Carlos Rodon. How in the world are you pitching?
Well, the biggest thing is you got to sometimes give the man his due and just take singles to right field. At one point, you've got to be able to get him off the plate and throw something in and then fade away if you can make a good changeup. And he stays on the ball so well, it's hard.
The 1-0. There you go inside.
Yeah, and that's an effective pitch. Now, if he can hit with an off-speed behind in the count, 2-0, that'll help. But what you don't want to miss is off-speed, middle end, with the type of swing that he has. That helps him lift the ball. Otherwise, he's a line drive gap hitter with his swing.
On this 2-0, he swings it. It's a fly ball to deep center field. Grisham's going back. He's done it again. Vlad Guerrero Jr. has the Blue Jays in front of the first inning. His 17th
soon as I spit it out of my mouth, you can't leave an off-speed pitch over the plate. This off-speed pitch is exactly what he did. He sat back. Watch where this pitch is. Off-speed center cut. That swing and that pitch is the reason why you can lift it. He's not a launch angle type guy. He's not going to lift a lot of balls in the air. But that pitch and location helps him get the ball in the air and right away, right on script.
He had started all 3 games in this postseason. Takes downstairs. And yeah, it's the bat to ball, it's all the hits, it's the avoiding the strikeouts, but the Blue Jays have gone to another level is with the power. Beating the Yankees at their own game, out-homering New York 9-1. Kirk's got 2 of those bombs. On a strike on the Jays catcher.
It's like you're in a tough situation if you're facing a team this hot. In one hand, you can get a lot of quick outs on the first pitch if you make a good one. In the other, you don't want to live in the strike zone. So making really, really good pitches is tough against a team like this because it puts pressure on you, and not to mention you're down 2-0. And there's the numbers. This is shocking to a lot of people.
It is just punch after punch after punch. The Blue Jays have not let the Yankees up for air.
You know who it's not shocking to? Toronto. It's just a little bit more than what maybe you could expect. Yeah. They're not intimidated. They're just not. And this team has flourished at the right time under that leadership and a collective philosophy offensive that is along the lines of the Milwaukee Brewers.
2-2. Traps it down the line, foul.
And so just so people can understand, why can a team have regular season numbers and then maybe not mirror that in the postseason? Well, you're facing different pitchers, you're facing different guys, and you can kind of slug them to death. When you get to the postseason, you got to be mechanically on, and you better take advantage of the stakes because the pitching is too good. You're not facing 4s and 5s. And so the Yankees, in the last couple of years, when they go bad, it's because they don't make enough contact.
And when you look at a team like the Blue Jays, the best contact team in baseball, you hope and you are confident that that's going to translate in the postseason. And it has. It's even been amplified in these 3 games. Power on top of it. Brian McMillan.
Got him, yes!
Location. And this thing is center cut. And his flow right now at the plate, he could be at Yellowstone Park and he's going to feel good, but he's in his place where he has thrived. And right now, that's the best recipe for a team that's up. Jump on the team that's down early, creating much pressure for the fans to take them out, and Aaron Boone to have to make decisions.
Strike on Dalton Varsho. They didn't even give the Yankees a chance to take advantage of moving home and getting the crowd, keeping the crowd in the game. Varsho accused of foul, and it's 0-2. How about this guy having an all-time game?
Nobody's
even talking about it because of so many other things that happened that game. The Dalton Varsho, 2 home runs and 2 doubles in game 2.
So they never changed it to a triple.
They never did. I'm sorry. You keep working on it, though. Varsho with those 4 extra base hits in game 2 after he had 2 of them in the first game. So he's sitting at 6 for 8, all extra bases so far.
I felt like tonight's game was going to have a lot of runs. It's sure shaping up that way right now.
Got him, yes!
As it has often been, Vlad Jr. doesn't have. Turn away from Rice's chance to change this game with 1 swing with his powers. Rice stays in there. And clean up against Shane Bieber. It's not often Johnny had a Cy Young Award winner who's available at the deadline. But this was a tricky case because he was coming off Tommy John surgery. He hadn't pitched in 500 days, but they got him, and he's been pretty darn good.
He has, and he's got that short arm delivery where his fastball plays more than his velocity. Good curveball. You see the slider and the changeup. And the biggest thing for Shane Bieber is going to be command. And And some days at the Tommy John, you're just completely connected. And some days it's just.
Stawiacie do transmission.
Oh, by the way, in the postseason.
Griffin grounds this one along first for Guerrero. Takes it to the bag for the first shot. So leadoff man retired by Shane Bieber. And up comes Aaron Judge. On base more than 50% of the time in this postseason, but he does not have a home run. He's only driven in 2. The Yankees have faced elimination. He's gone deep 5 times in his career. That's tied with Mickey Mantle and Yogi Berra for the franchise record. And he has personally struggled against Bieber, but that was earlier when Shane was at the top of his game before Tommy John. The Cubs talking about it, Judge. Perhaps one more chance here to make his mark, to come up with a big swing. But like he was saying, doing what they're giving me, passing the baton. Yeah, Judge, you'd love to have him make a bigger impact, but he can't do it himself.
Yes!
He's the first base runner in the game for New York. How can they find what he can do so well? And I would piggyback saying, nobody pitches Aaron Judge in the postseason like they do in the regular season. It's totally different. So sometimes it gets magnified in an adverse way. And I think for Aaron Judge, you keep giving him opportunities, he's going to explode. The problem is, and you mentioned it, he needs extra guys in the lineup to do their thing so he can continue to be the man.
Well, there's been one guy that has done something. It's the next guy here, Cody Bellinger. Scott gets under it in center field Varsho. Bieber gets Bellinger on 1 pitch.
It's typically what happens, and I think I say it every postseason, but when a pitcher gets the lineup card, he circles a guy. And the reason he circles the guy is he goes, that guy's not beating me. Now, if the bases are loaded, it's kind of tough. But the bases haven't been loaded a lot, and really, there hasn't been a lot of traffic on the
Which was too bad boys.
Here's Ben Rice. Grounded to second.
Yes!
Yeah, he did a good job blocking it with his chest. The ball took a hop, but then he couldn't locate it in time to make the throw. Watch this top spin right there, hits him in the chest, and then he couldn't pick it up. And once he didn't do that, and if you're looking for breaks and you're looking for something to turn, no better chance than right now. Stanton getting something soft in the zone and getting this crowd to erupt. If he gets a breaking ball mediocre in the zone, they can have the lead.
It's a fastball. It's a strike. Went into game 2, just 1 for 15 in this postseason.
Das sind ja mit so Yankees Stanton.
The last time Shane Bieber pitched in October, he gave up a home run to Stanton here. 2 on, 2 out, the 0-1 pitch.
That was a breaking ball. It was a really good one. Stayed on the outer part of the plate, and that's where, if I'm Shane, I want to try to steal 3 more inches on the outside part. Not his make a turn type breaking ball, but it stayed on the outer third.
It's been one of the best swing and miss sliders in the game since he made his Blue Jays debut a couple months ago. 22 on Stanton. The Yankees just 1 home run in the first 2 games of this series. Only 3 in 5 games in the postseason. On this 1-2, fouls it off and stays alive.
That's 3 in a row. Now, if they want, they can go up and in with a fastball. That's 3 in a row on the outer third of the plate. He's executing. And he's got his eyes way out there.
Judge at second, Rice at first. 1-2 pitch.
Yes!
Stanton comes through. The Yankees have the ball in the first. Judge at score.
And the brother will score, yes!
The reason that ball didn't go over the fence, breaking ball over the break, but down. He's a great breaking ball hitter in the zone. And that's why I thought anything up, it would have been a 3-run homer. But see how it's down? He hits his head down. I really thought they were going to go fastball up and in. And they went slow again. And 4 in a row was the key for Stanton to get that hit. Knuckle curveball, not a bad pitch, just too many in a row.
Stanton with his third run knocked in the last game plus. Tying into the scoring position, Jazz Chisholm to the plate.
Represent with the Jazz Chisholm Jr.
30-30, regular season had a bunch of big moments throughout that. Earlier, his first full one in New York. He was 1 for 8 in this series. 2 on, 2 out, 2-0. Chisholm takes it to good for ball 3.
We've seen Aaron Boone give Jazz the green light 3-0. We've seen him swing 3 different times now lately on the 3-0 pitch. I wonder if that exists again.
I got a 200 hitter sitting on deck. I'm not giving anyone this one. Woo. Took it.
Feels like a 3-1 change up here after getting that strike on that part of the zone.
Jazz at 3-1, takes straight 2. Speed. Aaron, 2 singles in his first inning to get the Yankees on the board. Get a head start. There they go. Here comes Chisholm. Lofts a fly ball, shallow left field. David Schneider is there. The Yankees stars come. He's known for his defense. He's known for his bat-to-ball ability. He got it all started with a home run.
The visit to Ernie Clemens.
5, the Blue Jays hit. He fouls it off, and it's 0-2.
That was a big run, to say the least, and the error was a big reason. I just can't explain to you as a player, when you feel good about your season, you're tied with the team, and then your first 2 games, it's as if you're not even in the same league with it. Like, it just shocks you. And you got to have something turn around to make you feel like, there we go. Okay, we put up a 4 spot when it mattered, and here we go. And that's what it's going to take for the Yankees team.
Puts it in play to first. Rice has it. Racing to the bag, and Clement beats him out of the headlong dive. Rochester, New York's Ernie Clement says he's doing his best to convert all the Yankees fans there, Blue Jays fans. Dive in play right here. Has him aboard with an infield hit.
2 things. First baseman way off. Rodon falls to the third base side. He's got to turn and go right away. And when you don't do that as a pitcher, you have no chance to beat a speedy runner from home plate, even if he's a right-handed hitter. So hesitation a little bit by Rice, understandably, because he's supposed to toss that to the pitcher.
The Yankees fans have seen one too many balls at first baseman turn into base runners at first in the postseason last year. Anthony Santander.
Pitcher
again, the Blue Jays are facing. We asked Josh Schneider about
I feel it's 25, Anthony Santander.
I got a lot of contact guys in there. I wanted another guy that can leave the yard. The only guy that did more than Anthony Santander last year was Aaron Judge. Straight up with this pop-up. Backing out of play. This is the guy who started the scoring with a home run in Game 2. Starts it with a hustle infield single in Game 3.
There's the one time you can make the argument the slide might have happened. Sliding the first base is not fast. But where he was going and where Rice was coming into, it avoided any chance of a tag. And it just ended up being the one spot where you could say a slide was pretty good play.
It's a very Blue Jays play. It's a very Ernie Clement play. You ask everybody about him, they say gamer, grinder, ball player, all those cliches. Two on Santander. Don comes down. It's taken downstairs, 2-2.
And Rice might have actually been better served to dive himself. He went in feet first. Again, once he realized this pitcher wasn't going to make it to the bag, he was in scramble.
High pop up. And the shallow left center field for Anthony Volpe. That's on time. There's the first down of the second.
So if he dives right here, dives instead of slides, see how much slower that is? Foot is going to slow down when it hits the dirt. If he dives head first, with his length, he would have easily beaten Clement. But again, that's like split-second decisions.
One out. Here is Isaiah Kiner for left. Back to the Blue Jays last day of August. Only started 7 games through the month of September. The year he started
Isaiah Kiner for left.
His glove and trying to have the best infield defense that they could behind Shane Bieber. But it's his air that allows the Yankees to get going. That's right. A guy the Yankees are very familiar with. Spent 2 seasons here in the Bronx. Extra special for him. He grew up dreaming of being the next Derek Jeter. It's his age. It's 1-1 from Rodon. Takes it high.
Now, one thing to watch in this game, even though Rodon is left-handed, they have stolen a lot of bases on him in the last 2 years. 38 is a lot. And so, not saying that the Blue Jays are the most flashy base stealing team in the league, but it's a thing.
Either one of these teams is stealing the series. Actually, across baseball, stolen base rate is down almost a third of what we see in the regular season. In fact, there's 9 stolen bases across the playoffs so far. Saturday for the Blue Jays, 13-7 in Game 2. They're going to do 2-1 as Rodon deals a 2-2 instead of toss over. Carlos Rodon trying to keep their season going again, as he did against Boston last week. Figured coming into the series, the clearest advantage for the Yankees coming out of what they did in the wild card round was the starting pitching, and then if you wanted to go one further, would be the home run ability. Hit 30 more than any other team in baseball this year, but it's totally flipped.
Yeah, it really has. The rest helps pitchers, and so Blue Jays had one advantage: they had rest. The Yankees had to go full tilt in 3-game series, so that has something to do with it. But I never would have predicted that kind of disparity.
They pop up. And a routine play for Anthony Volpe.
Got him, yes!
The nine-hitter Andres Gimenez. Yankees have not led in this series. And the Blue Jays get going right away with Vlad's first home run. They have not looked back. postseason, the worst hitter in the American League this year has chipped in. He's had 3 hits, so he's not going to play the first 2 games.
And he will do a lot of that against left-handed pitching. It's just a tough angle. A lot of swing and miss when he's facing a left-handed counterpart on the mound.
Carlos thrown down. He's already thrown 42 pitches. And here, an actual hit. He's going to get George Springer to the plate here. There was a 2-out error on the Blue Jays that opened the door for the Yankees. Here's a 2-out hit by pitch to the 9-hitter.
You know, another thing I've learned about playoff baseball is it's hard to get 3 clean outs in an inning. And you kind of feel like that's, if you're going to get hit, oh my goodness, that's the way to get hit. It's like, that's just a little clip there, maybe.
Base without the bruise.
And what I'm saying is that
the batter was hit by the pitch. New York has challenged, and the previous play is under review.
Clean innings are like gold. You can
And
watch
Ellen Good is getting challenged.
series where that's been more prevalent than this one because we've had some hitters.
Ooh, that's close. 3-play reviews presented by Zoom.
I gotta believe there's had to be a little click or something that might have around here. But
Doesn't it kind of look like it changes direction? So
Time! Right here!
I mean, the umpire right away had to hear some kind of click. So these are always tough. Did he have like a white guard?
he did.
White baseball. Yeah, that's never great.
They're getting the call on the field is that he was hit. Allowed to overturn here. Stanley up George Springer, who had 32 home runs during the regular season, coming to the plate here.
I will say this while we get a chance, because we never get to talk about it. I don't think we've said one time about home plate umpire call of a strike or a ball that has been come into play. It's been, you know what I'm saying? Like they've done a great job so far behind home plate. A lot of pitches.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. The batter was hit by the pitch. New York will have 1 challenge remaining.
So they do have to deal with Springer.
And you lost the challenge.
In the regular season, homered in the second game in Toronto. His 20th career postseason home run, which ties him with Derek Jeter for 5th all-time.
I don't know if Mr. Springer is going to be sitting on a breaking ball, but that's going to be how you get him out. And swing and miss on the breaking ball.
This is it before George Springer.
It's going to be interesting to see how he attacks it here on this first pitch.
At second, Jimenez at first. Throw down to Springer. Oh, a breaking pitch low. And the first base run reached on an infield hit. Work back a little bit more here with his 2-out hit batter. We're down to get out of this. Rice.
Got him, yes!
Download the MLB app, the #1 app for live baseball. Yankees got a run in the first inning, taking advantage of the air. Shane Bieber goes back to work with the bottom of the order coming up. Ryan McMahon, Yankee third baseman. That's the first one in the air, deep center field. Varshaw's got room there. One pitch wild in the second. Come on, Shane Bieber. We get on to Kenny.
Joe, all things considered, Bieber's comeback from Tommy John surgery in April 2024 has been remarkable. But Bieber doesn't see it that way, even though his results, 3.57 ERA in 7 starts, have been quite good. He isn't getting as much swing and miss as he would like. His consistent execution isn't there. But all of that is to be expected. Pitchers coming off Tommy John, and John knows this, generally are much better in their first full season after the surgery. Bieber, because he was rehabbing last offseason, hasn't had a break in 18 months.
On a Cy Young in 2020 with Cleveland, I think the most impressive thing is that even with the up and down field that he's had, he's third in shutout to walk ratio.
I was surprised also why, as good as he wanted to pick up more velocity.
Was on the 11 Anthony Volpe.
The way he throws, velocity's not as important. he's got a fastball that plays up because of the way that he throws it. And it's kind of that short arm delivery. And I was shocked when I saw that, well, it was a year and a half ago, or 2 years ago, when he was trying to pick his velocity back up.
The bat flew.
Back up. As Volpe goes down swinging. Third strike, he's not going to need that for a bit. For Anthony Volpe, his 9th strikeout. His last 13 times up. That pitch right there will get better next year. And I know he got a swing and miss, but it did not turn the corner and stayed in the strike zone too long. And that's the consistency that will come back.
Strikeout Austin Wells. The last time the Yankees were down in the series,
Johnson was with the Austin Wells.
The game-winning hit. The 8th inning, scoring Jazz Chisholm all the way from first base. 0-2. And fires. Calls off changeup, stay alive. Changeup, it's been a key for him against left-handed hitters. He's been trying to find a grip pretty much his whole career. Never had one that he liked. Found one coming back from Tommy John. Left-hander was sitting just 156 against him as he's added that pitcher.
Yeah, 1-2.
I'm trying to do it here with 2 outs, but next thing Shane's out there, I try to show people at home why his short arm action plays. It's not the traditional long, release point ball out of the glove. He just hides it well, and I just think it's why he's been so successful. That's why I didn't think velocity was the end all for him. 30-year-old out of Laguna Beach, California, 7th year. Swing and miss from Wells for strike 3. Back-to-back Ks.
I've seen him hit for a while, and when he gets pretty locked in, he's pretty good.
What is it about him and the Yankees and Yankee Stadium?
I'm not sure. I think it's one of those places where he's comfortable, sees the ball well, and I think once you kind of have some success, it can carry over, game after game or series after series. But I mean, he's in a really good spot right now.
Shane Bieber, obviously the error in the first inning hurt him, but what are you seeing so far?
Yeah, I think he's throwing the ball well. Kind of looking for his curveball and slider and changeup, really, the secondary stuff to be where it is. Can't give this team extra outs, you know what I mean? And, I thought he did a good job of kind of navigating that, and that inning right there was really good with the secondary stuff.
John, thanks a lot. Joe, back to you.
All right, Yankees, David Schneider rips one down the left field line into the corner. He's going to lead off double. So Schneider's down both times, and the Blue Jays in business here in the third against Rodon. That one hung, and a hitter carries his hands over the plate, and he gets extended. Change-up that cuts. Change-ups are supposed to fade away from right-handed hitters, and that one came over the plate. I said, oh boy, Nelly, they're not going to let Mr. Guerrero. They put him on for his 17th career home run at Yankee Stadium. We took a look at the play profile sponsored by Liberty Mutual. I think they just handed this graphic to Aaron Boone. And he said, put him on. He's been the best hitter at Yankee Stadium the last 5 years. Well, that's the only play, really. You got a catcher who can hit, but also on the outside part of the plate, you got a ground ball recipe for a double play. But you got to make the pitch. Got a chase. Trip one.
Vincent with the allowed jump back.
Both times the Yankees have erased a 2-0 deficit in the division series. 2001 division series, Mike Mussina in Oakland, down 2-0, 7 scoreless and 1-0 win. And then in 2017 against Cleveland,
It was Tanaka firing 7 scoreless, and another 1-0 win.
I want Jazz to move over more because that's the place he can go to second base. Watching the dugout and trying to get his attention because he's playing up the middle. And we talked about the ability that Kirk has to use all parts of the field, especially that huge gap. And they're trying to get Jazz to move over.
He's saying no. And now he'll relay it. Drive the other way. Jazz is there. Retired, 1 gone in the 3rd. Well, he tried to do it, and he hit a missile to Aaron Judge. He brings up Dalton Varsho, who struck out his first time. 6 out of 9 in this postseason.
They got him out. He got him out, yes! Så vi har sett på fight-spottet på Stone.
He still out of the season. He had shoulder surgery in the offseason, so didn't debut until a month in, and then he injured his hamstring and missed 2 months. But the only guy that had a higher slugging percentage than Dalton Varsho was Aaron Judge.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he said that he's always trying to hit a ball back up the middle to the pitcher. He's not trying to hit home runs, but the philosophy makes sense. You get it out front, you get your home runs.
20 of them, 71 games this season. John Schneider was telling us he's one of the leaders down there, one of the guys that Clubhouse loves. It's got Schneider at second, Guerrero at first as this 1-1 from Rodon comes home. Cracks it in the air to center field. Here comes Grisham.
Got it! Oh no, he dropped the ball.
Schneider's headed for the plate. Chisholm throws it. And he scores with a guy. No blink from the Blue Jays. Through to second, trying to get Guerrero forced. It was late. Everybody's safe, and it's 3-1.
Well, this is an incredible effort by Bellinger. He covered so much ground and just overreaches, catches the heel. And then right here, once he gets the 3rd, he just keeps going. And Jazz thinks there's no way he's going home and really never took a look. And it was too late once he got the ball in.
Blue Jays lead the majors and taking extra bases. Schneider takes one. 3-1 here in the 3rd. Now Ernie Clement. Man, is he aggressive.
He is. The one thing in this game, and I know it happens, right? There's human error, there's human
Det vill säga between two early
you can't assume
Clemens.
anything. It's the one time of the year that you cannot assume anything's going to go the way you think. Regular season, maybe you get away with it. The postseason, as you know, we've seen everything gets magnified, right and wrong. And the Yankees are a much different team than they were last year. This is some games plagued them. Some some defensive lapses, but that, for the most part, has not been the case.
I think that's one of the frustrating things for Yankees fans to watch here in this division is that it was looking so good down there. Pointing in the right direction. Perhaps there was some fool's gold in what they did down the stretch, taking a look at the teams that they played, all below 500 teams as they won 11 of the last 12 games to finish in the tie. And inspire a lot of confidence that they were going to be much different, ready to make a deep run. It's a high fly ball off of the bat of Clement in the left field corner for Bellinger. Does he have room? Not quite.
Well, Jazz thinks under no circumstances could he be going, right? And that's the assumption part. And more times than not, he'd probably be right. Well, watch when he gets the ball. Okay, there's no thinking at all. Like, what, he's going? And by that time, it's too late. And so he's shocked because he's like, how could you go on a ball that's being dove for, right? So he's shocked, but it's a part of the game. You can't get yourself in that position.
Ground ball through the right side, and base hit. Guerrero's going to charge for the plate. Just Guerrero slides in ahead of the tag. 4
Jays. The Blue Jays are playing aggressive. They're playing confident. I think McMahon moves over to the left side of third base right when this pitch was made. That's the difference. And look at Guerrero. The difference is last year he scores on this play. He's in much better shape. And Bellinger puts this throw right on the money.
Bernie Clement, 5 out of his last 6. And he's knocked in 5. Contributions all over the place again for the Blue Jays. Glad playing with joy. Bellinger was trying to what he's looked like these first couple of games, and he said, you know what, Vlad is feeling right. He's like a kid out in the backyard that just loves baseball. That is what Vlad has looked like through this series.
I'm telling you, I think the pitch selection caused McMahon to move just a fraction towards the line, anticipating a ball pulled. And that little movement to what I thought I saw was the difference between him diving, the catching, and keeping it in front of him. So the little things right now, everything going Toronto's way in this series.
And you see Fernando Cruz has started to warm as the infield comes in here. And Santander comes up trying to break it open. There's another 2-strike kick for the Blue Jays.
Watch it. See how he moves over right there? That's the difference. He was in a good spot, but that's based on the pitch selection. And I'm telling you, I had to look twice to see if that was the real flutter because he was flying.
And there was no doubt that he was going to go. Ball to strike out Santander.
Anthony Santander.
Scoring 2 massive runs sitting out there at second and third. See, his offense is not showing much. Career deficit already feels large.
That was the pitch. Santander is trying to get the ball in the air, of course, right? Infield in. He wants a pitch that he can get lifted. This was it. Maybe just change up fooled him. Was supposed to fade away. And again, another one just catch in the middle of the plate. You can tell that the release point is off just a hair.
One of the top strikeout guys in the league could use one right here. There's 1-2. There's chop foul. Starting to say there's another 2-strike hit from Clement. The league average with 2 strikes this year is 170. The Blue Jays in the series are hitting 325 with 2 strikes.
Well, as a team, I mean, they're heading towards a team batting average. They're not only three games, but man. First of all, for Vladimir Guerrero, he gets a great jump and he makes a good turn. No movement that takes him away from the and then dive. Superman. That is how you do it.
He is Superman. So at third, Clement at second. Out of the 1-2 from Carlos Rodon to Anthony Santander. The Yankees starting pitching was so good in the wild card round. They have not had a guy get it out in the 4th inning. There are questions about Luis Gil being one. He felt so good about Max Fried going into game 2. He's tagged for 7 runs, fails to get it out in the 4th. Now Rodon is up against Santander, sends one down the right field line. Foul. Pitch coming up to Santander. That is imprint to this Blue Jays offense. Varsho's in. Here comes Clement. Throw goes into second. It is 6-1. It's another 2-strike hit. It's Anthony Santander going the other way. And it's
And pitch and change snipe by Aaron Boone.
Up there pitching in for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. twice the Yankees in their history have come back from down 2-0. We mentioned that in the best-of-5 series. One of those 2001 in Oakland. And I asked Jeter how they were able to do that. And he said he focused on one pitch at a time, one game at a time. They were so good at doing that already. A team that won. Unspoken. They just knew if they did what they always do, they'd have a shot. They put the pressure on the A's right away. They won that third game 1-0. Had the edge from there, blew them out in game 4. The other thing Derek said was watch out for the crowd. Because they're going to have the crowd behind them at the start of game 3 trying to push them forward. But that's going to be a sensitive thing. You're going to lose the crowd. It could snowball on you if you don't start fast. Not only have they not started fast, they've got blips just like they did in the 2 games in Toronto.
Yeah, and it's the simple things. Again, not taking anything for granted. Literally, the game is easier when you do one pitch at a time, one at bat at a time, one pitch at a time. But it takes mentally longer to do. Say, when they were down at the brink elimination, we got nothing to lose. The pressure's on them. Yeah, you have everything to lose. No, it's harder when you're in elimination. Or you hear people say, we'll win when we have to. But then if that's the case, you're going to go down 2-0. There's no bigger place for success and failure than New York. I mean, it's magnified. And these guys have been having a lot of pressure on them the last couple of years. They get to the World Series last year. High expectations when they started off the year dominating most of the year, and then they fell back into a real big funk and then chased all the way back to the Blue Jays. And here they are trying to fight for their playoff lives.
So Balls takes upstairs for a walk.
What's up with your Andres Gimenez?
Menez is hit by a pitch his first time. Cracks it on the ground a second. Jazz choosing strike. Superman. Eastern and then Brewers Cubs on TBS, and Necessary will be back here on FS1 at 7 o'clock Eastern. They got Phillies Dodgers on TBS, and a program you know that this series ends tonight. There's Tigers moving to that 7 o'clock time slot on FS1. Trip Grisham, top of the Yankees order. Yanks trying to chip away, still a long ways to go in this game. Defensive changes. Addison Barger, after pinch hitting, stays in place third, and Ernie Clement goes over to second. 1 ball, 1 strike on Grisham with 34 home runs during the regular season, but it's just 3 for 21 in the post.
Yeah, it's to be crucial from this point on that he get on base a couple times in the remainder of this game.
He was Aaron Boone's gut feeling got quick for today.
Yeah, and I like him too based on what he's facing. And the Yankees aren't facing a split finger tonight. Thank God, the Yankees are saying, because they're over on the split finger over the first 2 games against the Toronto Blue Jays starters. And not that Shane Bieber is anything fun to hit off with, but they got to feel like they are glad to see a more conventional pitcher.
Anybody but his Savage. I mean, they got to be saying coming out of that game, literally anybody but him.
I'm still shaking my head. I don't think people appreciate how hard and how incredible that game was for that young man. He looked like he'd been doing it for a while.
And when you put Gosling and him together, you were saying earlier today that it's as impressive of a back-to-back starting pitching performance as you remember seeing.
Yeah, because in a going against a great offense, they executed so perfectly with no mistakes. That is so rare. And when you're going against a team like the Yankees and you don't give up a run, but that 1 run in the 6th, man, that's doing something.
3 balls and 2 strikes on Trent Grisham. Not sure what the conversation is here between Jordan Baker and crew chief Dan Bellino. So Dan may let us.
As the catcher did not interfere with the batter. The previous play is under review as the Yankees have challenged.
All right, so let's see.
Well, you got to know they had 100% evidence. You're not going to challenge and use your second challenge this early in a 6-1 game if you're not 100% sure they're going to get it. I mean, you would never do this, right? Like, you wouldn't take a chance and not have that ability to retain it, even though the 7th inning on.
Replay review is presented by Zoom. These are up across baseball. Catcher's interference with the emphasis on pitch framing and catchers playing closer to the plate than ever. This is going to cost Kirk right here. As Grisham was putting together a tough at-bat there, trying to set the table for Judge and get a little bit of help to do just that.
The ball was in the glove, and then he hit the glove, but lets the ball go in the glove, and this is a check swing. It's in the glove, and then he hits the back of the catcher's.
Trent's saying, yeah, it's in the glove because his glove's sticking out in front of my bat.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It was not catcher's interference. The batter will remain at bat.
The ball's in the glove.
New York has no
No,
more
but the ball's in the glove because he stuck the glove in front of the bat.
Yeah.
I'm wondering the same thing, Aaron. I mean,
It's not happening.
the intent to hit the ball, I guess, was not there. And he didn't make a full swing, and the ball. Nobody can go to the Yankees side.
And Aaron sharing his frustration with this umpire. The call comes from the replay center, so he's giving the messenger here, but I would too. And I hope that Trent Grisham can earn his way aboard. 3-2 count. Judge and Bellinger to follow.
Yes!
Grisham's headed for second. He says, "Go away, Skip." I'm going to take it instead.
Justice maybe, and a leadoff hitter on base, which is not happening a lot. Only 13 years in the point, that matters. Scoring position, Aaron Judge. This crowd wants a lot of those right now. Oh, they had one, didn't he? They almost got it.
We feel to the 9-9 Aaron Judge.
474 in this postseason. Looking for that first home run number. He's only knocked in 2. 0-2. This ball is fouled just barely. Now, by adjusted OPS, which is a category that you can look at to compare winners across generations, historically great. Aaron Judge is tied with Lou Gehrig, trailing just Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, Barry Bonds. Probably going to win his 3rd MVP in 4 years. Just misses all 3 of those. But as we know, when you wear that uniform, legacies are measured in championships. Those guys are talking about DiMaggio, 9 rings, Ruth and Mantle, 1-7, Gehrig 1-6, Jeter 1-5. Way to the pinstripes heavy. History to the Cavs. That's a pitch up the third goes Grisham. Seasons with the Yankees for the 33-year-old. On the set, it's hard to put into words how special it is, not just to play for the Yankees, but to be looking like that's going to be the only place he ever plays for. On a 2-2 from Shane Bieber. Judge rips it down. Grisham drops in. Judge changing for second on the down. It's back to back doubles. They open the third for the Yanks, and it's 6-2.
a big believer the more opportunities that Aaron Judge gets, the less the narrative will be talked about in the postseason. Yes, it's been hyper-focused on him, but he's swinging the bat pretty good in the regular season, and they know the numbers will average out in the postseason. The problem is, you just wonder how many more of those years he has left for this great franchise. It's Cody Bellinger. Meaning it's not a guarantee you're going to the postseason every year.
Well, for Judge, 8 of the 10 seasons he's been here right now. For the Yankees, 27 World Championships, 27 consecutive winning seasons. So they're always in the conversation. But Judge in his prime, that doesn't last forever. By the way, came on a changeup, which was the first hit for the Yankees against an off-speed pitch in this series. In fact, in the splitters, they were 0 for 24 against splitters and changeups. Now Cody Bellinger has been their best run producer this postseason. 1-0. Swats home to left center field.
Yes!
3 consecutive hits for the Yankees.
The Yankees. This ball is trying to throw it up, and he throws it exactly the way he wanted to. That's just better hitting. He throws his hands on it. Judge has to make sure. And all you want to do if you're the Yankees is pass the baton. One at a time. Crawl back in this game. John third, and maybe one more, and then the game is right back in play.
P. Walker's not gotten a lot of exercise in this series. They're out there for a rare visit. And as he does, we get a quick word from Certified Financial Planner.
Yes, I'm a CFP professional.
CFP professionals are committed to acting in your best interest. That's why it's gotta be a CFP. Find your CFP professional at letsmakeaplan.org.
I told you there, when Bruin considered starting Paul Goldschmidt, but this is the kind of spot that he envisioned. And he said, I'm going to keep Ben Rice in there. The kind of spot that a young kid could change the game with his power. Put him right down the middle. Runs during the regular season. Homered in game 2 against Boston. Judge at third, Bellinger at first. Rice bounces one to first. Guerrero's looking home. He's got Judge hung up. And now he's in a rundown. Kirk to third. Judge for the plate. Guerrero chases him. One stop after another, and he tags him out. Into third goes Bellinger. Rice is still at first. Guerrero Jr. with a heads-up play comes home, and they get the lead runner for the first out of the inning.
Well, what's interesting there, and he did keep the run from scoring, but it could have been a double play. And you give up the run. So we'll see how the inning shakes out. But a great job of base running by Aaron Judge to at least let Bellinger get back to third base. So they have the same scenario now with Gwinnett. Problem is, the ground ball here and double play gets him out of the inning. So I talked about Judge had to score. Well, now Bellinger has to score. I just replaced him.
And it's Giancarlo Stanton in the first run for the Yankees at the plate. Stanton 1 for his first 15 in the postseason, but he's 3 for his last 5. Seven home runs in the postseason last year. 18 in his career.
Just a new 27 Giancarlo Stanton.
You got to know what you're going to do in baseball before it happens. So if you're fielding the ball, you're an infielder, you're thinking of scenarios that play out before it gets hit. And I think what happened there is Guerrero's vision was so locked in on Judge that was an easy decision for him to make. But fielding that ball at first, throw to second, throw to first, double play, he went for the rundown at home plate.
stand 0-2. To get that pitch, he'll put it to center. Carshaw's going back. He's into the track with room, and a ball home run from third. And it's 6-3. Stead has knocked up 2 of the 3.
That's a one that will score, yes!
The Yankees got the 2 back. With a chance to score some more with 2 outs. Now you just feel like you're back in the game.
Well, you said you had a feeling there could be some runs scored in this game. We've had 9 of them over the first 3 innings. Guys, Chisholm chops the first pitch foul.
Submission number 13, Josh Chisholm Jr.
Down 5 in the standings with about 2 weeks left. Down 1-0 to Boston in the wild card round. Became the first team ever to erase that, come back and win a wild card series.
Jazz needs a mistake middle up, belt high, and he has not been on track here in postseason. He's been swinging big and swinging for homers. He's not connected.
1 for 9, no extra base hits after he hit 31 in the regular game. At 2-1. Outside ball 3, Silas and Fuhari is rolling, and this is one of those situations that is pressures on the manager to the side here, especially with the potential bullpen game coming tomorrow. John Schneider was telling us, yeah, it's in the back of my mind, but I'm going to go for the kill here. We're going to do everything we can to win this game and not have to worry about a game 4. Ball taken high from left field.
Oh boy, yes!
That was actually really good at that pitch, Jazz. You're trying to make something happen. You're swinging at a couple of those pitches, so taking the walk there with 2 outs is actually really, really good at that. More batters that can come to the plate, the more opportunities Aaron Judge gets to bat in this game. Turn the lineup back over.
And he is going to make a pitching change here. So if you're the Yankees trying to extend the season, not only are you saying I have Cam Schlittler if I can get this for tomorrow, but you're saying, hey, we got
It's
the
pitching change side by Blue Jays manager.
We're going to have to cover.
And these kinds of cheers. Jim Beam, best enjoyed together. Official spirit of U.S. soccer.
Welcome back to the 2025 American League Division Series on FS1, presented by Booking.com. Left-hander Mason Fluharty comes in for the Blue Jays, and Aaron Boone's going to cover with a pinch hitter. As Amed Rosario goes up the pinch hit for Ryan McMahon. He's above 300 against lefties this year.
One of those ads that really deepen the bench and the depth for the Yankees.
Time run at the plate. Strike 1. Rosario started 2 of the 3 games.
Considered number 14, Amen Rosario.
And a 4-run rally, they won the series for the Yankees. Plays at second, Chisholm at first. Keeping the bank here in the 3rd. Rosario swings and misses 0-2.
The cutter, 182 batting average against this cutter. Cutter is a fastball literally that you cut, which creates spins and illusion to the hitter.
Ball.
Now what you do is turn it with a tight wrist and a slider has a loose wrist. So the break on either is much bigger on a slider than it is a cutter.
Fluharty kind of found his by accident. He was in college at Liberty. So you guys should just harness this, lean into this. On the hands, Cutter doing what it does. Made famous in this ballpark by the greatest ever to throw at Rivera. The Yankees with a
keep grinding. And we're capable as much as anyone of getting back with them behind in the score like we are, but obviously we got to be able to hold them down a little bit to let our offense do some work.
Both starters out of the game now. How does your bullpen set up the rest of the way?
Yeah, we'll just start parading them out there and try and get them in the best situations to be successful. Hopefully hold them down.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Back to you.
All right, Kenny, as the top of the order comes up here against Fernando Cruz, has been one of their top guys this season, but in Toronto he came in, both inherited runners that he had came in to score and one more. They got to be able to count on him, keep it close.
What do you call those things? Bits or whatever? What do you call it when you wear it? It tells you how many steps you have. I will guarantee you he has more steps than any pitcher. Period. He is getting halfway there, getting to the mound. He uses so much energy, and I love it. He's into it. Obviously, bounced off the mound to make a play at third base, but he's getting the steps.
Here are the blocks against the loose end. As Cruz delivers and strikes out.
Got him, yes!
That is the best swing and miss pitch in baseball this year. Let's see why. 35 years old, out of Puerto Rico. Comes home today to shot and struck one. Debuted when he was 32. 15 years after he was drafted. I mentioned this the other day. He was drafted as an infielder by the Kansas City Royals and spent time in the minor league system with them. They cut him loose. 2 years out of baseball. Got a brief stint in the Cubs system. That didn't work, so went into indie ball. Another 2 years out of baseball before giving it one more shot. Pitching in Mexico. The Reds discovered him there. Signed him in an improbable topsy-turvy ride to the major leagues. Not just get there, but to become a key bullpen piece for the New York Yankees. Trying to do something Rodon couldn't. That is retired Schneider, who's walked a double today, scored both times. We have him 1-2.
Davis, Snyder.
As if he's squeezing that back, getting ready for his mechanism to just let it go. He's got it standing kind of straight up, and watch how he gets it going. Pitch gets ready, he starts bringing his hands in, he's ready to fight. Red Sox fan with a mural of the Green Monster on his bedroom wall, and then homered over the Green Monster for his first career at bat. Looking hitterish.
Got him, yes!
Two up and two down and a couple kills. Up comes Vlad Guerrero Jr. Homered in the first inning. Homered in all 3 games. Go back to game 1. And they said that the whole dugout kind of exhaled when he did that in the first inning, because no matter how deep they are, so much is tied to which version of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. they get. There's a fan on the field that's scared he's going to make quick work out. That would have been a 15-yard penalty based on how they got to him. Now he's got a buddy on the field. It's not going to end well. Oh, he's about to get blindsided. Good form tackling. You know, this is for Vlad. What he's doing in this postseason here. It's everything that they had envisioned that he would do. It's everything that the expectations were what he would do from the time before he even got into the major leagues. John Schneider, who was his manager in Double-A, tells the story of people chasing the bus, trying to just get his autograph. He's a Double-A kid at that point, and he gets there. He's the hope. He's the face of the franchise right away. To watch him deliver like this.
Everybody know there was somebody on the field before anyone else. So he's seeing it all. He's seeing the ball like a beach ball. It happens when you're in that mode. You just love it as a hitter. And right now, why not? He's in rhythm. And look, with 2 outs, he's still a danger now. But I guarantee the Yankees are happier he's batting with 2 outs and nobody on.
I mean, he's got to be getting pretty
Hvis
close
så
to
tror jeg
the
sådan, at Kleineberg kunne have været senior.
Oh, yeah. You see how careful Cruz is with the year. Put a lot of tension over his last shot.
See, he's the type of hitter that the harder you throw, the better it is for him. He's not a winded up swing from the heels type guy. We talked about it in game 2, the rhythm of his toe tap, the way the bat, his hands go back. It's all a timing mechanism.
Chopper, pass Rosario. For the 3rd time.
And see, that's just an easy swing. There's no effort there. He's a strong hitter, but not necessarily just a power hitter. Little toe tap. And then when it gets down, the hands are back, and he can hit a ground ball for a hit. Normally, ground balls go to die, but he's locked in.
He's a hitter first. Hitter and then a slow. Looks like that is all the last one for Cruz. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has a home run in all 3 games in the series, but look at the full line. He is 8 for 10.
And pitching change side by Aaron Boone.
Teams for the game in your area, Sunday on Fox. Uh-oh. Spooky. Well, the starters for the Yankees in this series with a 16.88 ERA. And considering that was the biggest advantage coming into this series, it's no wonder that they're looking at an early act Superdome. A late comeback in this game 3. Down 6-3. Just pretty much going to be churning out there. The Cruz come in, and now it's Camilo Doval, who inspired a little bit of hope. His appearance in game 1, 6 up and 6 down. And really back to the end of the regular season, he's been a lot better than his first month after they got him from San Francisco.
See, he pitches off the first base side a little bit. That's how closed he is then. He kind of whips his body and throws a lot of cutting fastballs.
Joe Kirk takes a strike.
He would be the polar opposite of an arm swing versus Shane Bieber. You want to see this tall, slender guy just...
Catcher, Monterey, Alejandro Kirk.
Inside Dominican Republic, there's one of 24 kids in the family. 24. Say that one more time. He's one of 24 kids in the family. They're not all kids at this point. They range from elementary school to their early 40s. He's right in the middle.
What? Oh, yeah. You're going to drop that nugget on me now?
Just now, even with 2 out, yeah. Give you time to digest it during the break. 2 strikes out there. The runner at first, 2 down in the 4th. The ball's 1-2 pitch. Chops it to 3rd. Backs up Rosario from short left field.
Got him, yes!
With the store, eBay.
Anthony Volpe comes up to start the 4th for the Yankees. Down 6-3. Got 2 runs in the 3rd inning to chip away a little bit. And Volpe leads off against Mason Football. Cutter hop. Volpe struck out his first time.
Shortstop 11, Anthony Volpe.
That's 13 times at the plate. Flashing back to what he was looking like for a lot of the second half, and what calls for his spot. a strong last couple of weeks. He's been good. Radar, but he got a shot in that shoulder in early September, been much better since. 24-year-old in his third year. A lot of pressure coming with where he is, where he's from. He's a local guy, he grew up a Yankees fan, and Yankees fans are very familiar with his story at this point. But for the rest of you joining us from around the country, getting to know these teams this postseason, he wanted to be the next Jeter, and then he blinks, and he is. It's the shortstop for the Yankees. And the top prospect coming up with a lot of expectations and a lot of pressure. He's down on strikes again here. Going in the fourth inning, T-Mobile is the best network in the game, and it's now the best network in America. Here's Wells. Mason Fluharty is back and forth between the Blue Jays and AAA for a lot of this year. A few guys came up, had a great finish to the regular season, made his case to be a regular.
Gets in the 28, Austin Wells.
As many left-handed relievers as they could find, even some guys that had hardly pitched in the majors, like Justin Brule hadn't been here in a month. They carried him, specific to this Yankees lineup, that they've been able to silence.
Yeah, they knew going in, obviously, once they saw who they were going to play. The Yankees have a lot of left-handed bats in their lineup. That's how they stopped and made decisions. Two starters didn't make the roster, and Scherzer and Bassett put in some extra lefties. For one of those guys, if not both, maybe to make the roster moving forward if the Blue Jays were to go on and win.
Money right now would be on Blue Jays Mariners, as the Mariners have taken Game 3 from the Tigers in convincing fashion in Detroit. I guess I shouldn't totally speak it. It's 8-3. Until it's over. Now it's 8-4. Pete Macheska tells me. Panic, Seattle.
The fan base do that. That's what we were talking about in Toronto.
It's calculators out. O'Connor Wells at the top of the order on deck. One more hitter for Fluharty, the left-handed batting Trent Grisham, and then he got Judge. We saw Lewis Varlick, who's been their highest leverage right-handed arm, ready to go for him. 3-2. To the left. Rogers out. He says that he's got it, and then
oh, he dropped it! Yes!
Some defense and bringing him in, and it shows right there.
Yeah, I don't think this is his fault. I think the left fielder got to call him off. When the ball's up that high, and the third baseman's got to go with his back to home plate, I think this is the left fielder, and he just gives weight to it. And that's what happened.
It looked like he was calling it pretty strongly, though.
Well, he's supposed to. Yeah, you got to call him off. I mean, that's too far to travel as a third baseman as compared to a left fielder coming in and seeing the angle way better.
There's an error to open the door for the first Yankees run. There's an error coming from left field on the first. So this normally airtight Blue Jays defense has given the Yankees support.
Well, the Yankees know all too well what happened to him last year in the 10th inning, and he started with a fly ball.
Grisham.
1-1. And they were on the opposite side of that.
The feeling throughout this series so one-sided that the only way the Yankees could get going was if they got a little bit of help. Game 3. Blue Jays this close to advancing to the championship series for the first time in almost a decade.
Well, just think how many times in this brief 3 games that we've talked about the time run coming to play for the Yankees. Hasn't been very much. Grisham can reach and will on the front charge. Almost hit him, and it's 12-3. This is going to be the last batter for Mason Fluharty.
Bruins pick the quick tail. The hitters come right here. Ball takes ball forward. Judges come
Ball forward, yes. Pitching change signed by Blue Jays manager.
Face Stanton with the bases loaded and 2 outs and struck him out. Right after him, a couple breaking balls and then a heater. Chopper down the line and foul. Judge against Round in his career is 2 for 5 with a pair of home runs. In this game, he's 2 for 2. He's sitting 500 in this postseason.
Wakefield to the 9-9, Aaron Judge.
His velocity gets way up as a reliever for the Patriots. Took 101 in that at-bat against Stanton we're talking about. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at 100, strike 2. How many chances is Aaron Judge going to get? This is a fastball with just, I mean, that's a great swing. Just a tick late. One of the early turning points of this series, the 6th inning with the bases loaded, nobody out in game 1. Battling against Kevin Gosman, he struck out. His biggest spot since. On a 2-strike pitch. Hits a drive.
It's a homer, yes.
Center field. Schneider's got it. Aaron Judge and the Yankees take advantage of the air.
If you keep giving him chances, like his regular season, the numbers are going to start turning. This was 3 inches, and then 3 inches. Turned this series, and Aaron Judge into a different conversation.
For 10 years, that ball has sailed wide to the left and just missed the foul pole. This time it hits it. Judge has his first home run of the postseason. It's a game-tying 3-run shot. And the Yankees have come back from down 6-1, facing elimination here in Game 3 to tie it. And it's only the 4th inning.
I was going to say, read the 8th.
Jeez.
Well, and now, again, a lot of game left. But you talked about it, we touched on it. Tomorrow's the bullpen game. To try to put a nail in the coffin, and now the game is tied, and he's going to have to use a lot of resources in the rest of this game. He can still win it, and then use a lot of those resources tomorrow.
Well, I got to say, Jeter said about the 2001 season, they knew if they could just win the one game, they felt like it was over. If they got the one win, they thought the pressure went on the A's. They got that one win. They rolled the A's in Game 4 and won it in Game 5. Yankees are saying if we can just win this game, we got Cam Schlitter going tomorrow, and who knows in Game 5, we get it back to Toronto.
And as crazy as this game is turning out to be, it really was a drop fly ball that has really spun this game into the Yankees' favor after a walk. An easy pop-up.
Well, it's a drop fly ball that turned around out Aaron Judge's postseason resume. And it's a drop fly ball that reopens that book. Well, I've seen the regular chapter.
The only thing better would have been is if this was the fifth inning. Right? I mean, this ball is going to be caught 99 out of 100 times.
And again, Barger was in the game because he pinch hit earlier. John Schneider was going for a big hit in the third inning. And they changed it. They had a defense that was already not as good as the normal lineup would be. They were running for a little more offense in the outfield. Made it even worse in the infield. And the two guys that are in there because of their back, Schneider at left, Barger at third, and the other lineup play let him down. And Judge took advantage. Just waiting to embrace him, wanting him to have that moment as much as he wanted himself to have it. And as he heads back out there for the top of the fifth inning, they greet him as warmly as possible. At 6-6, the Yankees back into a tie game. Camilo Doval remains in. Dalton Varsho leads off for the Blue Jays. Talk about winning one game. Immediately put the pressure on the Blue Jays, but it feels like that pressure is already been transferred.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you still want to beat the Blue Jays. You want to be 2-0 and have a chance to still win this game. But it changes, and the crowd is now back in it, and that's what you wanted if you're the Yankees. You know, I've said it all the time. If you're the road team, be a dull road. If they're frantic, that's not good. That means you're losing. The 1-2 to Varsho. Chase.
Got him, yes!
Well, with that one big swing, he checked the last box. He's got the home run and the big moment, but he's already got a career high with 11 hits in this postseason, and this is just, 6 games in?
Yeah, but what he did right there was so impressive for me because he got blown away on the middle of the ball, but it was a good swing. I just said he was a little bit late. And, well, he wasn't late. You can't be late and hit a ball inner half and not have it hooked and hit it down the line like he did. I mean, it was so impressive. If he gets this ball out front, then you got a chance for that ball to hook. But he stayed back and kept his hands in. Oh, man. Always the round fall foul ball. Ernie Clement deep to the left field corner. Bellinger on the run. It'll bounce off the warning track, and Clement is 3 for 3 in this game. 6 out of his last 7. This is a slider that backs up. That was like a mediocre fastball as it looks in the middle of the zone with the hitter. Now it's Santander. Not going to pair his last time out. Over that left-handed for the first time today. Switch hitter takes outside ball 1. Blue Jays have not had a blown lead.
I feel the 25, Anthony Santander.
We've seen a 5-run lead disappear here. You don't have to ask Blue Jays fans if coming back from 2-0 is something they need to worry about happening against them, because they were on the right side of it. Back in 2015 against the Texas Rangers, they were down 2-0 in that series, came back to win it. Jose Bautista's pamphlet, the lasting image of that comeback. 90% of the teams that have gone up 2-0 in the best of 5 have finished it off. Santander with a 1-1 pitch. Line drive, right field, Judge.
Got him, yes!
I don't think he gets enough credit for his defense. Every game he knows what he does offensively, but his defense, he's playing a lot of center field. And now with the elbow issue, playing right field. It's going to do for Camilo Goldfarb. Get some help from Aaron Judge. Madison Barger coming off. That goes Arizona. For the Yankees is the lefty Tim Hill. It's out for Addison Barger. Swing and a miss. One out the first game. 1 1/3 scoreless innings for the funky lefty. And you know, Barger would love to atone. It was Barger's error that opened the door for Judge's game-time homer. Barger, who has started the season in AAA, came up in mid-April, hit 21 home runs. One of the many breakout stars for the Jays this year. Fouls it off, and it's 1-2. 25-year-old was born in Seattle, high school in Florida. 197 last year as a rookie. He was back and forth between the big leagues and AAA. He said, I lost my identity. I was always tweaking, changing, swinging. Back to doing what he always had, swinging hard. Takes inside here, the count goes 2-2. And the guy they call Bam Bam Barger. Trying to put the Jays back in front.
Got him, yes!
Oregon follow at play ball on social media. Aaron Judge is connected on a game-tying home run. Giancarlo Stanton leads off the bottom of the fifth and takes a strike from Varley.
Das ist ja nur 29 Giancarlo Stanton. 27 Giancarlo Stanton.
Stanton's knocked in a run both times he's been up today. Yankees are looking for their first lead of this series. Very much alive here in Game 3. Fisher warns. Dueling bullpen games here. Neither starter making it through 3. Yankees trying to extend this to Game 4 when they've got Cam Schwittler lined up. That was a really good take by Stanton. Good sign for him. A scary sign if you're the pitcher. 2 pitches normally when you're